Alfie, how you doing? You okay?
Yeah, good, thanks. Yourself?
Lovely, yeah, all great, thank you. Yes, obviously the time at Luton, you've been here for a few months. How do you kind of sum it up? I guess slightly frustrating in terms of injuries and that side of it?
Yeah, it was a bit of a frustrating start. I mean, pre-season was going so well as well, and then 2 days before the start of the season, pulled up with a hamstring injury. But can't help it. So I'm back now, and I'm very happy.
As you mentioned in pre-season, you were flying in the games you were playing. I think the Hitchin game, and I think then West Ham as well you played, but just sort of came at the wrong time, didn't it, that injury?
Yeah, I know. It would have been nice if it was going to happen. It would probably have happened at the start of pre-season, but no, it's fine now, and good to be back playing.
Is it sort of doubly frustrating when it happens when you join a club like that, because you obviously want to get started quickly and show the players and fans what you're about, but then that kind of hinders you, I suppose?
It does, but I think luckily I did have 6 weeks of pre-season with the boys, so it did help. But yeah, it's probably more to do with the fans as well. Like, they saw a bit of me, but it wasn't anywhere near what I can actually produce.
Yeah, I mean, the Hitchin game especially, and some of them, it was just the kind of the pace and the sort of directness on the left-hand side was getting everyone really excited, wasn't it?
Yeah, exactly. And sometimes you have it in the back of your mind if your body isn't can handle it, and it's getting back there now. But at that time, it wasn't that ready. So, but now it's all good.
Was it the hamstring? I think you had one at Cardiff as well. Was it similar to that? Was it the kind of same sort of problem?
Yeah, literally, it was just more reoccurrence and trying to figure out. And luckily, the physio team here just helped me out with it. And yeah, now it feels back to normality.
So you have to sort of take a little bit of extra precaution because it's happened before. You want to get it completely right so that there's no issues.
Exactly, and I think that's why we took a little bit more time than we would have, just to make sure it was ready. Because of how quick I am, it's sometimes I'm more prone to get injuries than any other.
How's it been as well now? I mean, I think you've been back in training, Nathan said, for quite a while. So does it look like it's all sorted out as well?
Yeah, I mean, I've just played 70 against Norwich and then 90 against Watford. So I think. Yeah, it seems to be all right.
Nathan said as well. I mean, I think he said you obviously got quite down about the injury and the fact you hadn't played as much as you wanted, but your attitude in training was first class. I mean, did you find it tough having to sort of sit out as long as that as well, though?
Yeah, I think you always just train as hard as you can, no matter what. And look, the boys are doing really well, so you kind of just have to just do what you can in training. And luckily, I got my chance against Norwich. So. But it's just part of the parcel really in football.
It must have been great to actually get the nod against Norwich though, and on the midweek, and especially how the game went as well. Yeah,
exactly. I think with coming back in and winning away to Norwich, I think there's no better feeling than that really. Showing about Watford, but move on from it.
And you started in quite an attacking role in the Norwich game, and then moved back for the Watford game. I mean, have you quite enjoyed the sort of different roles you've played so far?
Yeah, I mean, the gaffer knew before he signed me that I can play a few positions, and I'm I'm happy to play wherever, and that's just how it is sometimes. I think change of formation or change of players. So yeah, I'm used to it really.
I think you started off as a winger, hadn't you, back in your early days? So, I mean, playing further forward isn't sort of no real surprise or no problem for you, is it really?
Nah, not really at all. If anything, it's more of a like playing winger is more me. However, I think nowadays you do see a lot of wingers turning into wing backs or full-backs. So, but yeah, I'm absolutely fine with that.
Are you quite happy with the drop back to wing back as well, which I think Nathan has kind of maybe looked as a role that you could play this season as well?
Yeah, exactly. I think. I mean, I've played wing back probably the past 2 years now, so I'm used to the position and I'm happy to play there.
With wing backs, I mean, the old days when they would stay back, wing backs now expected to join in the attack, aren't they, and really be a massive attacking outlet. So that kind of harnesses your pace too, doesn't it? Really. Exactly.
I think, especially going forward. I mean, that's my strength is going forward. So it does help that you can have that license to go forward as much as going backwards.
And what's it like been working with Nathan? Because obviously, I think before you joined, he wanted to sign you when you were at Charlton back in your past as well. So he's somebody who really wants you, which must be nice coming into a club when you know the manager is a big fan.
Yeah, it's either way. I think if a manager wants to sign you, it's always a positive. They see something in you, and I appreciate it. And he's proved everything he said to me really, and he believes in me. So yeah, I've just got to give that trust back now. So.
Been good good fitting in with the players as well. Everyone sort of welcomed you well at Kenilworth Road as well.
Yeah, the group was quality. I think there's a real togetherness in this group, and I think you can tell by the performances and like the games that we've got, and how well we just perform as a team. There's just no individuals, it's just collectiveness.
You mentioned the Watford game, obviously one to forget quite quickly. Just how tough an experience was that to sort of go through on the weekend?
Yeah, it's always tough when it's a derby day and something like that happens, and but you can't really dwell on it now. It's gone now, but I think the boys knew how to react to it, and I think by Saturday, I think we're gonna show everyone.
Had you know much about the rivalry before you joined, or before the game as well? Had it been sort of spoken of just how big a match it was?
Yeah, I think if, as a footballer, you always know what rivalries there are. Like you got Manchester and you got London and South London and stuff like that. So I think with this one, it was always, we all knew that it was going to be a big game. It's just unfortunately we just didn't perform to our best.
I think that the early goal as well kind of just sort of killed it. I know there was the illness and I went through the side as well, but that early goal really sort of set them up, didn't it? Yeah,
exactly. And I think, but if we scored probably in that second half towards the start of it, I think it would have definitely been a different game, because everyone knows momentum is just it's the best attack sometimes. So I think, but he didn't get it, and unfortunately he ended up being worse.
Well, it was quite hard with the change to the team so early on. I think Nathan said there was a couple of changes made on the morning of the game, so was that difficult to sort of get scripts to the side that was out there? Yeah,
I think it wasn't. It was unexpected. I think it didn't really change much, but I think it doesn't help when you're focusing on so much before the game, and then it kind of have to change a bit really just before it. So, but I think we just weren't at it that day. That's the only thing.
Speaking to Tom Lockyer afterwards, he mentioned how you can use that, because I mean, you had been on a really good run beforehand, 7 games unbeaten. You can use the kind of hurt that you suffered at the weekend as to start another run going forward now.
Yeah, exactly. I think if anything, it'll probably help us now, because I think it definitely shows. It will show that what we're really about, and I think Sunderland on Saturday, I think we've got to prove that, and yeah, and I think it'll be a good reaction.
I think the one plus for yourself from the game, and 90 minutes you played as well. I'm not thinking you've not played since January, like a full 90. So is that a slight positive you can take from the game as well?
Yeah, exactly. I think personally, these many minutes at the moment, it feels like being a footballer again. It just feels. I know I've been suffering from injuries for a while now, and I think it's good to know that I can still play 90 minutes and the legs are still there after dealing with hamstring injuries. But yeah, it's a positive to take. But yeah, you can't focus too much on yourself sometimes.
Yeah. And back at home, I mean, obviously now the 2 games coming up this week, a good chance for yourself to get back at Kenilworth Road in front of a league crowd, because I know you played the pre-season game. This will be your first championship experience of it. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, this first home one I can talk about. So it'd be good to be out there again, and I'm looking forward to it.
Sunderland, a big side, they've come up and they've done pretty well, haven't they, so far this season? I mean, they're mid-table and looking to sort of push on as well. Yeah,
they have started well. Again, they're another team that's very. You can see a collectiveness, especially coming up from League One last year. But I think we just don't really focus on them. We just focus on ourselves really, and I think as long as we get a win, then that's all that matters.
And your form is good, but home form has just been not quite the victories that you wanted to pick up so far. So it's a good chance with Reading coming on the Tuesday to sort of go back to back if you can. Yeah, it's getting there. I think there was a lot of draws at the start of the season and stuff like that. But I think we're definitely pushing for more wins than draws. So it's gonna be hard, but I think we'll be able to. Just a little bit further down the line, there's a trip to Stoke coming up as well. Something you'll be keeping your eye, looking forward to that one.
Yes, definitely returning back there. I do want to play, and it'll be an enjoyable one for sure.
Did you ever enjoy your time up at Stoke and have a good spell there?
Yeah, it was okay. I think didn't play a lot, so I think can't really comment on that one, but. All I know is I'm happy here, and I don't really think about that sort of stuff. So as long as I'm happy here, then I don't care.
Lovely. Cheers, Alfie. Thanks so much.
No worries.
Alfie, just one for me, if I could. Obviously, it would have been frustrating sitting on the sidelines, not playing and stuff. But did it give you a chance to study and assess the team and see what you could add to it?
Yeah, I think when you join a team, or when you know what you're coming up against, sometimes you have that in the back of your head, thinking like, what do I bring that's not here, or do I bring that can help it? And I think as like I said before, I think my speed is not really. I know you've got Fred and who's quick as well, but I think it's also just to do with like, he's on the right hand side, I can be on the left hand side kind of thing. But I think you're always looking at what you can bring to the team, and I think with my pace and my directness and my delivery, I think that's always what you want to bring.
And with two strikers, I suppose, like Adebayo and Morris, two big target men, is that manna from heaven from a winger?
All day long. I think when you know if you're going to put a ball in the box, you know that there's going to be big man in the box, and well, like Ian Carlton, they're both scoring loads at the moment. So I think with that type of form, you just put the ball in the box, and they're gonna, as long as it's good enough for them, then that's all that matters.